Everybody clamps. Clamps. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Yeah. I got a score, yo.
Now the West All-Stars the other way.
Oh, come on, Giannis.
Poked away.
Ooh, that was a nice steal.
With the steal, and here's the break. Posts it up there.
Oh, that was nice.
You don't need no help. Oh, yeah.
All right, 1-on-1, let's go.
And I'm the first one to shake.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're the land of the free.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And a quick look here at some D.A. Jenkins. Well, tremendous athleticism. Thanks, D.A. Some guys check the league standings every day. Others try to avoid it. What was your approach when you played?
Hey, I didn't look at them much because we were a team that was struggling, Kevin. We were just trying to find our way to being competitive back in the early 80s with the Pacers. So I never got to the point where we were a team that was looking at the standings daily. And I avoided the paper pretty much throughout my career just because it, to me, was a bit of a waste of energy and time. I had more things to focus on than where we were in the standings and what people might be saying and writing about us.
And now the Lakers starting group, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Shea is out there with Bradley. And it's Howard in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Orlando, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Then it's Evan Fournier. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's Maggette in at the 1.
There are not many better on the offensive glass than Howard. He's a flat-out beast, especially if you don't box him out.
Fournier against Bradley. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Dwight Howard. A little bit of a down season for Evan Fournier in 2018-19.
Yeah, it was, Kevin. I mean, he got the same minutes, but his percentages were down. He's out there for his offense, so he's got to be more efficient going forward.
And so Fournier nails both of them.
Out of France, the sharp-shooting Fournier, an important player to this team because of his scoring ability.
The drive by Che. It's hauled in by the Magic.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Gordon. And it's sent back by Howard.
Get that weak stuff out of here around Howard. Return to sender is what he stamped that one with.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Free throw, good. Shea.
And, you know, with LeBron coming to L.A., the Lakers trying to speed up their timeline. I mean, the roster never quite got gelled. The end result, LeBron's first time outside the playoffs since 2005, which was his second season as a pro. That's a remarkable, remarkable run.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The 17-footer. Here's Davis. That shot missing. Nice D from Fournier. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by, Isaac misses. And when you look back on LeBron's first year in Los Angeles, Clark, how would you rate it?
Well, I think a mild disappointment, but remember now, before he got hurt, they were 4 or 5 games above 500, but the injuries, some other drama, really changes in the front office, instability led to a disappointing and frustrating season.
Fournier dishes to Maggette. And that one is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
Yeah, and they put up a goose egg last year when they played this team twice.
And you look back at those games, just a one-sided affair between them.
Here's Maggette following the basket by LeBron James. Maggette outside. Pass to Vucevic. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
To stop the drought. And too long on the shot. Lakers leading by 9. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And a look at the recent power rankings. Some interesting stories here in the early part of December. You take a look at Los Angeles. They've climbed all the way up to the second spot.
And when you look at the Lakers, they are rolling, showing a lot of belief in themselves. The fan base is energized. We'll see if they can keep this up.
Now, here's Fournier. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances. And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league, Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
On target from 13 feet.
Well, you can consider it automatic when Fournier gets some space to shoot from there.
Got a piece of it. Shea passes to James. To the middle. Here's Davis. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. The Lakers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Free throw good, Kuzma. Clark, you played the traditional power forward position in the NBA years you had back in the 80s at such a high level. Who's doing that right now?
Tell you what, the power forward position has changed so much, Kevin. These 4 men now are not really the enforcing type physical guys that we saw in the 80s and even 90s. They're agile, they're rim protectors, they're shot makers from deep, and guys like Anthony Davis and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yes.
Man, I tell you, Anthony Davis goes to the top of my list in today's game.
Blake Griffin, another one with Detroit.
Yeah, good call.
At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Terrence Ross, and it's Isaac in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando.
Boy, nice rhythm that time. See how Isaac let it fly right off the catch? That shows you confidence in the jumper.
Now here's Shea. He's coming off a 19-point game against Minnesota.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
Now here's Ross following the miss by Shea. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
Shea passes to Kuzma. Murray kicks to Shea. Takes the 13-footer, and that one drops. Shea's got 7 points.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Ross finds Fournier, and here's Vucevic. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
The Magic trail by 9. Inside, here's Ross, and Ross with the slam.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman. Fournier solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the Magic broke a 6-season playoff drought. Nick Vucevic was the franchise's first All-Star in 7 seasons. It's been a long rebuild from the Dwight Howard era. We'll see where the team goes from here, but Kevin, they're happy to just be playing games that matter night in and night out.
All right, thank you very much, David.
And we talk about trying to manufacture points. The Magic a year ago were last in the league in free throw attempts.
And I think a part of that, guys, is they really don't have enough creators, facilitators, playmakers. You need guys who can break the defense down and then make plays for themselves or others, and that gets you to the foul line, but it also gets you easy baskets.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Early on, guys, excellent work on the boards here. I mean, you got to like those second chance points they're getting.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
You know, guys, in his rookie season, Kyle Kuzma shot over 36% from long range. Last season, that number was at 30%. Interesting to see which way that goes going forward.
Now, here's Fournier. He's got 6. There's the pass to Gordon. Shoots over Bradley. Here's Vucevic, and it's sent back by Howard.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Here's Isaac. Had the opportunity on the break, but couldn't sink the 3. Clark, at the University of Utah over 3 seasons, Kuzma never shot better than 32% from long distance.
Yeah, you know, some reasonably doubt whether his rookie season mark will be sustainable, but he's got the confidence level offensively and work ethic. I'd bet on him to get those percentages back up for sure.
Lakers on D. This is the most they've led by 13 points. And here's Fournier. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. And that one drops for him.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Here's Walsh. It's hauled in by Gordon.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Shea passes to Kuzma. The shot off that time. Gordon with the defensive effort. Fournier against James. Passes to Ross. Rebounded by Howard.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
Man, that's a tough call for the ref to make there. I'm not sure.
And here is Los Angeles now from deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. And And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Shea really making a difference.
Well, he was putting on a passing clinic in that first half, set up a lot of their mates.
And, you know, that's what delights him most. That's what he takes most pride in. He loves being the chief facilitator.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Shea is out there with Bradley, and it's Howard in at the 5. Now, here's Isaac, following the miss by Shea. Now, here's Isaac. Pass to Gordon, kicks to Maggette, just 5 to shoot. Buries the long-range jumper. Maggetti's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Magic. Shea drives in. Here's Davis, makes it off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
And there's the call on Howard. That's foul number 2 for him. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Pass to Vucevic. Out to Maggette. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Howard's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Walt. Here's Davis. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
There he is, beasting on the glass, converting the opportunity, trying to put this game away.
Well, he enjoys deflating the opposition with those extra possessions.
Now, here is Maggette. He's got 7. And it's Gordon missing.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
Again, Shea missing.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. The dish now to Davis. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. Terrence Ross is checked in for Evan Fournier. The Lakers also changing it up. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for James, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Shea. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And the feeling has been that the Lakers needed to...
Good substitution here for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Howard. JaVale McGee comes in for Anthony Davis. Danny Green, he's checked in for Caldwell-Pope. And Shea's subbed in for Avery Bradley. It's good on the putback.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Shea passes to McGee. Lakers passing it around. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Fournier dishes to Aminu. Ross on the wing, guarded by Green. Fournier gets a wide open look. Good on the triple. Fournier's got 12.
And Fournier has been an absolutely lights-out long-distance shooter. Every season, he's been in the league.
Walsh. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Ross kicks to Fournier. Clock at 6. Ross with it. Now Green defending. No good from Ross. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That will be their second of this 5-game road trip.
Shea knows to have his head up at all times, scanning the floor, because that way you can deliver to an open teammate on time, on target.
Now here's Fournier. He's got 12. Aminu finds Ross. Now Fournier from the arc. And a again, it's Orlando with the three.
And the quick release of Fournier. Man, he's so good at getting his shot off as soon as the pass reaches his hand.
Shea's shot is off. And so it's Los Angeles, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their defense. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. They've got Mohamed Bamba. He's out there with Al-Farouq Aminu, and it's Birch in at the center position. That's who's out there for Orlando.
Well, you can see Che's ability to read a defense right here. I mean, sees the right pass and doesn't hesitate or think twice about it.
Now, here is Maggette. He's guarded closely. The pass to Bamba. Rebounded by McGee. Los Angeles leading by 15. And they double up Che. That's tipped. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
And Orlando has possession. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it's great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
The shot by Birch, no good.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And that one's good to go from Che.
You know, with his in-between game working, Che can cause all kinds of problems. I mean, the mid-range jumper, a real important shot for him.
To the paint, here's Aminu. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Che. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Lakers.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Maggette, the pass to Bamba. 5 on the clock to the left side wing. A step-back shot here. He squares up and sinks it.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
And they double up Che. He feeds it to James. Yes, that goes in. And the Lakers lead by 19.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
So the wing on the left. Back to Maggette. Now Aminu. For 3, Fournier knocks down the 3 ball. Fournier's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And now he's starting to get it going. 4 3-pointers in the game for him, and 3 have come in this half.
Timeout called the Lakers.
You know, as good as the Magic were defensively last year, they were just as challenged offensively. Struggled a bit at that end of the floor. Only 24th in the league in points.
For the Magic, Vucevic checked in for Kem Birch. Aaron Gordon comes in for Bamba. And it's Jonathan Isaac in for Al-Farouq Aminu. The Lakers also changing it up. Howard's checked in for Cousins. Anthony Davis comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Avery Bradley in for Green. Ball's knocked loose. Che passes to Howard. And here's Bradley from 3. Sinks the 3-pointer. Bradley's got himself on the board with 3 there. And to be fair, Clark, the Magic offense has struggled for about a decade now.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, you think about some of the outstanding players they've had in the past, Dwight Howard and Vince Carter. Their impact of that quality offensively just wasn't ever really replaced. After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
Pass to Maggette. Now, here's Isaac. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, you know, he's still listed at 6'10", but when you see him standing next to teammates, guys, Jonathan Isaac is clearly taller. By the time he's done growing, he's projected to be a 7-footer or north of that.
No luck that time either. And Isaac doesn't want that 7-footer label, something we've seen before with the guys like Garnett and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I agree. There are a couple of things that go into that when you talk about guys not wanting to be listed at 7 feet. He grew up playing on the perimeter and still has an attachment to that part of his game. And then I think there's also the feeling if you're listed at 7 feet, you're going to get stuck inside. But even more than that, folks tend to look at you differently when you're a 7-footer because you appear to be out of the norm in a major way.
Maggette outside to the inside. Here's Vucevic, and it's sent back by Howard. And here we go, fast break with Che. And it's blocked by Gordon.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
Down low, here's Walsh. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got 4 assists now tonight.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Orlando, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Pass to Vucevic to stop the run, and it's sent back by Howard.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Maggette dishes to Vucevic. Maggette outside. Back to Vucevic. Inside. Gordon. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Howard. Lakers leading by 23. It's stolen by Vucevic. In the corner, it's Gordon. That 3 off the mark.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
And Jay gets it to go.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Fournier against Bradley. And Fournier kicks to Isaac. 6 on the shot clock. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there. So it's the Lakers now. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. And stolen by Gordon. Fast break. Here come the Magic. He dishes it to Vucevic. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. To the right side. 6 to shoot. Aminu with the bucket. Aminu's got 4 points in the quarter.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Los Angeles.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And in the season series, they'll end up taking the upper hand with this first victory for the matchup. A 1-0 record against the Magic.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Davis.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. They have a 19-point lead, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, I love the way he's fighting through box outs, using his elbows. I mean, he's doing whatever it takes.
And he makes the first.
Shai's mentality has always been that of a very driven player. I mean, this is a man who has no other speed besides full.
And so here's Orlando. Here's a 1-2. Dishes it to Fournier. Goes up at the stripe. Rebound the Lakers. Here's Walsh. Good as the jump shot falls.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy. Great run to finish it off.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.